guys, welcome back to another video. So for today's video, this is gonna be a collaboration video with one of my great friends on YouTube called Diane. I will put her on the screen. I will also be linking all her stuff in the description, so you guys, Instagram, YouTube, any other pages, all that good stuff will be in the description. We're doing a palette bingo using the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette collaboration with Morphe. And we will be creating a mystery look for this video because we don't know or didn't know what we were gonna do. Every shade we picked was picked out by generated Google numbers, so we actually had no say in what we put on our face for this video. So you guys, here's a shout out for my friend Diane. Definitely go check her channel out and subscribe, she's amazing. And you guys, if you want to see how this video turned out and how I created this look, keep on watching. Today's video, we are using the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 collaboration with Morphe. This is the 35 shade palette. Just take a second to appreciate how gorgeous Jaclyn Hill actually looks in this picture. It is actually one of my favorite pictures from Jaclyn Hill. I've not used this palette yet. I literally just bought this palette. I love the fact that Jaclyn Hill wrote, "To all my loving subscribers who have supported me all these years, this one's for you. Volume 2 XO Jaclyn Hill." To have like just a personalized message. This is what the brand new palette actually looks like. I will need Google to actually select what shades I'll be using in this video, so that's gonna be really fun. The first number we just generated is 28. 28 is Dance Party, which is this sort of deep pink over here. Next we have number 10, which is this orange shade here called Feelin' Myself. Next off, we have number 6, which is the Ride or Diamonds shade right here. And that is gonna be number 18, which is the sort of neon orange here called My Man. I'm gonna be generating our last number, which is number 27, and I'm so sorry guys, you can't really see the screen all that much, but it's number 27, which is this one right here next to Dance Party, which is called Next. For this video, I will be opening the Morphe I Got This 4-piece eye brush collection. I feel like this decision I've made is a little bit daring, but I'm gonna go in with the first shade being My Man and sort of see how that goes. Okay. Wow, I did not expect that. So I'm just gonna add this orange in the crease. So I'm gonna be using the Jaclyn Hill Morphe collaboration Bling Boss palette for its mirror. Using this mirror on this palette to sort of focus on what I'm doing a little bit more. I can't get over how pigmented this shade is. I'm just going to be using the same shade, My Man, and I'm just going to be packing a little bit more of this orange just literally on the crease. So I want as much pigment as possible. I have this obsession with loving how the brush looks with sort of very bright colors, and I don't know why, but I just feel like that looks absolutely gorgeous. So next off, I'm going to be coming in with the shade Next, which was number 27. And I'm gonna be grabbing this just with a normal sort of brush. This one is a medium shader brush. I'm gonna be applying this on the outer V. I'm just using packing motion. I don't want to drag the shade around. I just want to pack it specifically in the outer V. Once that is done, I'm just gonna use the orange brush to sort of just blend that back in. I'm going to be coming in again and doing the exact same thing just to deepen the outer V. So again, I'm just going to keep packing until I'm happy with the actual pigment that's on my lid. Next off, I'm going to be coming in with the shade Ride or Diamonds, which was the shade number 6. And I'm going to be using this with my finger. And I'm just going to be packing some the inner V. Grab a brush and keep adding the same Ride or Diamonds and sort of just pack a little bit more on to the look. So now I'm using part of the Morphe collection, and this is the more compact brush. I'm gonna be coming in with the Ride or Diamonds shade again because I just feel like it's not picking up properly with the other brushes. And I also feel like this eye has just picked up so much more sort of pigment than this one, even though I've literally used the same technique. This is picking up like any shade whatsoever. Like I don't think I've ever had this problem. Like I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I just don't feel like it's picking up. I've literally been packing this on now for just a few minutes and I don't see much pigment. It is absolutely stunning, but it is not very compact glow, if you get me. It's just like a very pretty, almost shimmery shade. I do love it. I just feel like it's just taken a long time and a lot of work just to get it to this sort of level. Now I'm going to be coming back in with the shade Next, and I just want to deepen the outer V just a little bit more than it is. Not like sort of 100% content with it right now. I do want it to look a little bit deeper. So I'm just gonna come in with this shade and just deepen the hell out of this bad boy. So I'm just gonna blend out of V and just sort of leave it that way. I'm just gonna grab a little bit more of Ride or Diamonds and just sort of extend it into the sort of maroony shaded color. That is looking so nice now. Just add a little bit more here. Like I know I was like super ranting about this shade earlier on, only because I just feel like it took so long just to pack what I have on right now. But honestly, it is such a pretty sort of soft glam look. I just absolutely love it. I'm not hating on the shade whatsoever. I would have preferred it being a little bit more pigmented, but honestly, having a look at just that is honestly just worth it for me. Okay, so next off, I'm going to be using the second brush on the Morphe full piece palette. And this is one of the detailing smaller brushes. I actually purchased the whole set just for this brush. And then I also ordered the Jaclyn Hill brush, which is this one here. It's a smaller detail brush, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be opening this in today's video. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, I don't know. But I'm sort of I have so many brushes and I feel like I just don't have these smaller precise ones. I'm going to be coming in with the shade Feeling Myself here with this smaller detailing brush, and I'm going to be adding that just to the bottom section of my waterline. I want it to be quite pigmented, so I'm going to be adding like a lot of pigment under there with the same brush just underneath to sort of soften that sort of definition and line. I just nearly went in the shade where I meant. Did I get some? Yeah, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of my man towards the end because I accidentally picked up that shade, which was actually one of the shades I was using. Anyways, next off, I keep coming in with Feeling Myself just until I feel like that it's like really sort of in your face, like I wanted this look to be, because you can't grab a palette like this and not do like an in your face look. That creates like such a sunset sort of vibe. I love that. Next off, I'm going to be coming in with my man just a little bit, because I accidentally picked it up before, so I don't want like both eyes to look completely different, even though it's a very similar shade. But I get what I mean. Like I get like OCD if I like put one shade on one eye and not on the other, even if you can't see it. Like it just needs to be there. And with Dance Party, and this is such a beautiful shade, just look at that fur pink. And I'm gonna be, I've literally just fallen in love. I did not expect that. Oh Jesus, that is definitely, that shade alone is worth the whole palette. Like seriously, I thought Tipsy Girl was gonna be like my sort of favorite shade, but just this shade alone, picking this shade up, I feel like Tipsy Girl has some competition going on, and I don't know if I am now going to actually prefer Tipsy Girl to this, because this is absolutely stunning. I just want to add some just here. I feel like this is such a vibe. Like, just this shade is like so pretty, and just sort of make that whole like outer V like completely about this shade. I would buy this shade as a single. Like, you know when you pick up like single shades in stores and you're like, that is such a pretty color, but you don't buy it because it's like a single shade? Yeah, I would literally pick this shade out like on its own, like, and buy it. Obviously once trying it. Next thing I'm gonna do is just add a little bit more of the Ride or Diamond shade and just pack some on. So pretty. I don't even know if I'm gonna add like an eyeliner to this. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like maybe I should add like, I really like the detail. So I feel like I'm just gonna try and just do my lashes first, because I don't know if I'm gonna be adding any eyeliner or anything like that, just because I really am digging this look on its own. Ride a Diamond shade, like look how pretty that glow is. Seriously. I just feel like it had no comparison in pigment to like, when I first put that orange on my lid, I was like, whoa, like, you know, you expect it because it's Morphe and it's Jaclyn Hill, and you know their shit is gonna be good shit, but it's like, you don't, I feel like no matter how good a palette is, you never expect that first like bang of like pigment in your face. It's just like, I don't know, like I have this thing where I think I'm just literally obsessed with eye palettes. Actually just loving the look right now just as it is. I feel like I'm just gonna add a very neutral lip shade, and maybe straightening my hair would like help. I don't know, a little bit more blush than I already have. This blush is from Formal Cosmetics, and honestly it is such a pretty shade. And one thing I've also been doing with my blushes lately is I've been using the same brush as my compact brush, sort of so I can like smooth it all together. Like, I really don't like when I like do my blush and you can see like that sort of blush defined line. Like, I feel like that just does not look that natural. Next off, I'm going to be adding some highlighter to the brow arch. I'm going to be using the Body Collection from England multi-use palette, which is the travel palette. Like, I actually did a review on this not long ago and absolutely fell in love with this palette. So I'm going to be using this highlight shade here. Should I add some highlighter to my inner V? I don't think I'm gonna today, but I do want to outline just here with the highlighter. Another thing I haven't been doing lately is adding highlighter to my cheekbones. I don't know why, but I've really been preferring just the all matte. I don't know, I always go through phases, as I say, with my makeup. So for today's lips, I'm gonna be using the Flormar 229 lip liner, and this is a waterproof pencil. I'm gonna be using this to outline my lips. The next thing I'm gonna be doing is applying some lip balm using the Nivea Soothe and Protect Stick Balm, and just applying a little bit with my finger. I will be using the Technique Matte Lips, and I don't actually know the shade of this one. It came in like a little sort of lip kit set when I got it during Christmas. So the next thing I'm gonna be doing is using some loose mineral powder. This one's from Primark Beauty. I'm just gonna be using some of this to naturally sort of define my face. I've been using this without sort of using any bronzer. Finally, I just use a little bit on my forehead just to sort of mattify this area a little bit more. I always like the middle of my forehead to look just a little bit more matte than everywhere else. I just feel like that's where like my oil like comes. This is the end result using the Jaclyn Hill Morphe Volume 2 palette. Guys, I do have to say that honestly, I think this palette is worth the money 100%. And since this is my first time using this palette, I will be leaving a review on this palette itself. I did tell you guys on my last Urban Decay Naked Ultraviolet palette that I was gonna be rating all the palettes for you guys out of 10, and the reason I decided to do this was because I was always telling you guys like just how much I liked the product or just how little I liked it, and I feel like it's not precise enough. I want you guys to know exactly how much I like the palette. And honestly, just from using the shades I have used on my eyes, which you guys, by the way, I'm dying inside. I think it looks absolutely stunning. I'm going to rate this palette a 10 out of 10. Absolutely beautiful. I love the white. I love how white like the whole palette is. I also love that they've used sort of silver for the palette. And I love, love, love this bit here, because when you put this on a shelf, you can see what palette it is, and I absolutely love that. I honestly, it's been one of my favorite things about Morphe's palettes so far is that they name, like on the side of their palette, they name all their palettes, or at least the ones that I have. For example, they also did it on the Vault like mini palettes and on their packaging as well. Thought that this palette was super pigmented. Was it pigmented or more pigmented than I expected it to be? Hell yes, it was. It was through the roof pigmented like crazy. Like, I feel like this is probably so far like my most pigmented palette that I own, and that's without testing all the new ABH palettes and Huda palettes that I've ordered. I've got tons of new palettes to try, you guys, but they're not sort of like launched recently, so I'm not like in a rush to try these out. Like, I just want them, as long as I've got them in my room, like I'm all good. Guys, I'm gonna end this video here. I had an amazing time collaborating with Diane. The link will be in the description, you guys, and also I will be adding this girl's YouTube video because she did a palette bingo. We actually support each other on YouTube with collaboration for her, but I also want to shout her out because me and Diane got this palette bingo idea from her latest video, or one of her latest videos anyway. Honestly, she's just so good at makeup and she's just a blast to sort of watch, and so you should definitely go check her channel out as well. You guys, I will love you and leave you once again, and I will see you in my next videos.